Welcome back to the Patriot Insider here on the Cumberlands Patriot Sports Network. Jordan Gossett here, and I'm joined alongside head coach of the men's and women's golf teams, Coach Chris Kraftick. Chris Kraftick is entering his 7th season at the University of Cumberlands golf team. Has done a phenomenal job so far. Coach Kraftick, give the listeners at home a little bit about yourself and where you came from and how you ended up here at the University of Cumberlands.
Prior to coming to Cumberlands, I was the head golf professional at Kraftick Golf Club in London for 8 years. It was a great experience. Got to be a part of the PGA, which I'm still a part of the PGA, and really enjoyed that experience. But when Bill Surgeon stepped down here, it seemed like a perfect opportunity to stay very involved in golf and coach, which is something I was already doing at North Laurel High School at the time. And so it just seemed like a perfect fit, and it's been a great experience so far.
Yeah, so since you've been here at the University of the Cumberlands, you talked about taking over for Coach Surgeon, who had a very good program, but you've even taken it farther along than it is now. What has been some of your goals in trying to transform the University of the Cumberlands into what it is now?
Well, I think the men's team was in pretty good position when I got here, and we've added a little bit of an international flavor to it. We've brought in some players from all over the world as long as local players. You know, one of our best players in history was Aaron Watkins from Harlan, and who's at PGA Tour Q School this week and doing well. And so we've had a good mix of kids, and I think like we do things the right way. We practice the right way. We prepare for tournaments the right way. And what's happened now is we've had such good experience with so many of these kids that they're referring other players, and it's kind of started to success is breeding more success.
So let's go ahead and talk about this season coming up. The women just finished their fall tournament last week with the first place finish, and then the men are going to finish up after next week at Reinhardt. So let's talk a little bit about the fall, recap the fall, and then what you're looking forward to in the spring.
On the women's side, this fall was tremendous. We're currently ranked 4th in the nation in golf stat. The first NAI poll doesn't come out until November, but we're 13 shots ahead of the school record for scoring average. We won 4 tournaments. The only tournament we didn't win, we lost in a playoff. So these girls are just tremendously, not only talented, but just the toughness. And, you know, Bree Tuckerowski, one of our juniors from Canada, played 4 tournaments on a torn meniscus and had a 76 scoring average. And the toughness and the heart and the competitiveness that these women show every day has just been phenomenal. It's so much fun to watch and be a part of. So I think they have some pretty high expectations going into this spring. On the men's side, it's a little bit of a, you know, we graduated a lot. It's a little bit of a learning process for a lot of our young guys. I think we've had some success. We've won 2 tournaments. Hopefully we'll finish with a 3rd win here next week, and but we've had some disappointments too, some uncharacteristic stuff, and I think some of these guys are struggling a little bit dealing with the expectation levels that have been set in the last couple of years. And I think once they kind of figure out who they are and they get comfortable this spring, I think we're going to be a very, very good team.
So you mentioned what you're expecting in the spring. As far as long-term goes, we know it's your 7th season. You've been here for a while, but what is your ultimate goal for this program and for the success you guys had? Of course, you guys have been great in the classroom, academically, a lot of awards in that, and also on the golf course. But what else drives you and some of your goals for this team?
Our program goal is to win a national championship. We've had some men's teams that have 3 straight top 10 finishes at nationals. We had a 5th and a 7th. So obviously we're in the neighborhood there. The women's team last year finished 10th at nationals, and I feel like we're going to make a big jump on that this year, and that's our goal. That's how we recruit. That's why we work hard. We're trying to sell kids on the idea that this can get done, and we're going to do it. And I think that's the expectation levels they come in with when they get here. So, but yeah, the ultimate goal, the reason you go to work every day is to try and win a national championship.
And that was head coach Chris Kraftick. You've been listening to the Patriot Insider here on the Cumberlands Patriots Sports Network.